Richard Fisconi was a Harvard-educated investment banker who lived in a mansion with 2 swimming pools and a 7-car garage. At the same time, Ronald Read worked as a janitor, drove a second-hand car, and used safety pins to hold his old flannel coat together. But when the 2008 financial crisis hit, the executive went completely bankrupt. His luxury lifestyle and high-level education couldn't prevent his empire from evaporating. Yet, when the unassuming janitor died at age 92, he left behind an $8 million fortune. For decades, he had quietly and patiently invested his modest wages into basic blue-chip stocks. If managing money were purely a mathematical science, the banker would win every time. The numbers favor the expert. But in the real world, these reversals happen constantly. This gap between earning and keeping is a national trend. 7 out of 10 Americans live paycheck to paycheck, including many who earn 6-figure salaries. It suggests that the traditional rules of math aren't the only ones at play here. You are not entirely in control of your financial outcomes. While hard work is necessary, your efforts are constantly competing with timing, environment, and pure chance. Take Bill Gates. He is undeniably brilliant. But in 1968, he just so happened to attend one of the only high schools in the world with a working computer. That single stroke of luck provided a head start most people never had. Contrast that with his gifted friend, Kent Evans. He had the same dreams and the same potential, but his future was cut short by a tragic mountain climbing accident. Luck and risk are the same force, just moving in different directions. Or look at Jesse Livermore. He made millions correctly betting against the 1929 stock market crash, but he failed to respect the downside of risk in the years that followed, and he eventually died broke. Since you cannot eliminate luck or risk from the equation, your only viable strategy is to build a system grounded in humility. You have to design a structure meant to survive the worst-case scenarios. Getting rich and staying rich are 2 different games. Getting wealthy requires bold bets and extreme optimism. Staying wealthy requires paranoia and a deep respect for how quickly things can break. Mike Tyson generated over $400 million in his boxing career, yet he ended up tens of millions of dollars in debt. More recently, Sam Bankman-Fried built a $26 billion crypto empire, only to see it vanish in a flash because he could not stop gambling even after he had won the game. Then there is Warren Buffett. His wealth comes not from flashy overnight bets, but from 70 uninterrupted years of doing the boring right thing. In the psychology of money, the winner isn't the one who makes the highest short-term returns. It is the one who outlasts everyone else. We have a cultural flaw. We associate luxury purchases with high net worth. This is the man-in-the-car paradox. When you see someone pull up in a sleek black Ferrari, you assume they are rich. But the car only proves that they have less money than they did before they bought it. Income is the money you earn and show. It often flows out quickly to pay for lifestyle upgrades and status symbols. Wealth is what remains. It is the invisible, unspent money quietly compounding in the background, the part nobody sees. Relying on status symbols actively depletes your assets. This is why a modest earner who saves can quietly outpace a high-earning executive who spends everything they make. The most dangerous trap in finance is the moving goalpost. You hit a financial target, and your brain immediately demands double that amount. Rajat Gupta escaped poverty in India to achieve a net worth of over $100 million. But because he couldn't define a finish line, he risked it all. He committed insider trading, risking the wealth and freedom he already had to gain a few extra million that he didn't even need. Social media fuels this cycle of comparison. We buy things chasing admiration from people too busy with their own status to notice ours. True wealth requires defining your own version of enough. Without a finish line, the game of wealth is impossible to win. The purpose of money isn't to buy status symbols to impress strangers. It is to provide the highest dividend possible, control over your own time. You don't need millions to feel this. A simple 3 to 6 month emergency fund provides enough breathing room to make decisions without the pressure of immediate financial panic. Savings provide a specific kind of power. They strip a toxic boss of their leverage over you and remove the terror from a potential corporate layoff. Having options is a dividend most status symbols cannot provide. It shifts decisions from a place of survival to a place of personal choice. So look at your own behavior. Are you merely chasing a higher number, or are you designing a life that actually